Hi, this is Alchemist2, and I'm back again with another book review. Now, I don't have the book with me, but it is the fifth and final book of the Firstborn series, and it's called Forever. It's by Kingsbury, and it is probably the best book out of the Firstborn series. I cried more times than I could even count, and there is a tragedy that occurs with Dane Matthews, and of course he is going to marry Katie Hart, and I'm not going to say what happens, because if I do, then it's going to ruin the entire story for you, so I'm not going to be a jerk. I just don't do that. But if you have been reading the Firstborn series and you come to this point, then you'll realize just how delicate the entire situation is, and it actually has a happy ending, and you are goaded on to read the Sunrise series, which I think is the conclusion of this, but I'm not sure, because I have read that there are more novels about Dane, and it's called Take 1 through Take 4, or is it Take 5? I'm not sure. I think it's Take 1 through Take 5, because usually Karen's books come in quintuplets, so it's probably a set of 5. But I really enjoyed this book, even though I cried quite a bit, and I just thought it was fantastically written. As usual, she always delivers, and she is extraordinarily talented. And if you have not heard of Karen Kingsbury, then I would recommend reading her books. Start with Firstborn, because that's where everything begins, with the Baxters, and of course, having lived my life around Bloomington, I was I was really drawn to the series, and I thought it's really interesting. A lot of the landmarks she gets absolutely right on the dot. Some of the places that she mentions in the book are completely fictional, but it's a very enjoyable, endearing, dramatic ride. And even if you're not into Christian fiction, I think that you could get into the books really easily. You can read them in a day. They're about 300 plus pages long, and I'm going to start reading the Redemption series, which focuses on not Dane and Katie, but it focuses on Carrie Baxter and her unfaithful husband. I haven't read it yet, and I read a little bit about what it was about in the front cover, and I thought, oh, this should be intriguing. And she always has a way of just immediately transfixing you from the very first page. I don't know how she does that, but her word pictures are just astounding. I am so inspired by that, and I'm hoping that, due to all the reading I've been doing, that I will be able to write this children's series that I have in mind. That's kind of like Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys, and I have a name for it. It's called Junior Detective Agency, and it takes place in this high school. Actually, I think they're all middle schoolers, but no, it's a high school. No, wait, it's junior. Yeah, it's a junior high. It's not high school, but I'm going to move my characters into junior high school, and then after that they're going to move on into college, and that's going to be the entire series. And I don't know if I'm going to have stories about them in their adulthood, but probably will, because I would like to see what becomes of my characters, and I have an idea what I'm going to do with them. I have the preliminary set for that, so stay tuned for that. It'll be on fictionpress.com when I get around to it because I've been writing Ghost of War, which is a comedy that I've been working on. I know it doesn't sound like it, but it's a comedy as well as a tearjerker and a romance in the end. And the other that I'm working on with a friend is To Catch a Queen, which is Code Lyoko fanfiction What If. And so far it's going along really well. My collaborator, BrightStar, she's terrific, and she's a sweetheart, and I like where it's coming so far. And I just wanted to give you that update with my writing. I was also wanting to give an update about my dad. And the thing about today is this is a very important day, and this is extremely serious. He is going to go to my ortho team in Indianapolis to receive a subdural spinal block. And originally, the Dr. Cole, who spoke to him, said that he would not be able to give him surgery because his right spinal column is in such disrepair, and the osteoporosis is just so terrible that it would crack under pressure, and he would have to have his spine fused, and he would not be able to bend. And I thought, ugh, yuck. That sounds just terrible. I don't even want to think about that. So this is an epidural that he's having. I know that sounds kind of strange, but a lot of people, when you think epidural, you think of pregnant women. But it actually, it's used for people with my dad's kind of ailment, and he's been in a just horrendous pain. It's excruciating, and every step he takes, he will wince. If he moves forward, he cries out in pain. If he moves backward, he cries out in pain, and it's been really difficult seeing him like that. And I've remained strong for him, and I have to drive him back from the doctor today. It's outpatient, which is, things they can do outpatient nowadays is fascinate the heck out of me, but I'll be able to drive him home. So I will keep all of you abreast of the situation, and thank you for your prayers. Things have been going along really speedily. It's just been miraculous, all the things that I've seen coming to pass, and I can't thank you all enough. And as I said again, I will definitely keep you up to date, so stay tuned.